Hello and welcome back to Struggle for the Iliac Bay, and we're now here in Sentinel speaking to Queen Akorithi. I say, you don't look familiar. I am some guy. Some guy? I do not believe I've heard of you before. You know, that's exactly the reason why I feel like in my entire time playing Warband, Bannerlord, I have not taken advantage of the wonderful naming conventions that are potentially possible. Because having her just say that, I think that is hilarious. I don't know. No offense. I think it's super funny, but if you don't, that's fine. You know, it's okay. Anyway, my queen, I bring dire news for you. And for you and your king have been betrayed. My apologies for that emphasis. Yes, the emphasis was incorrect. Yes, and indeed. Anyway, we're going to give the incriminating letter. Dear Arche, this is grim news indeed, some guy. You did well to bring this to me. Guards, Lord Kavar is plotting against the crown. Search the castle for this traitor and bring him to me at once. Several guards run from the room. A few minutes later, one returns. With a salute, he reports that Lord Kavar is nowhere to be found. He must have been alerted that his treason was about to be uncovered. Most likely he has retired to the stronghold he refers to in his letter, in the mountain pass near Lecce. It is imperative he does not escape justice. Some guy, you have turned out to be loyal to the throne of Sentinel, and thus I want you to lead the attack. A host of my royal guard will meet you at the fortress. Together you shall assault it. I hereby proclaim Lord Kavar an outlaw. Capture him if you can, but kill him if you must. May the Eight watch over you. Alright, so, where do we go? No, I'm joking, I know. We need to go to Lecce. Lecce? I don't know where that is. That was really annoying for me to say that so many times. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so Lord Kavar Stronghold. Let's go over there and actually see what is happening. Technically, it literally could have been a computer saying that over and over again, couldn't it? Literally could have been with the inflection that I use with that. Oh, hello. Oh, a summon from the King of Worms. Oh, these zombies must have been. Why are we attacking them? Why are they attacking me? This is kind of weird. I'm not entirely sure why they're even attacking me, to be honest, because aren't we on their side now? Are we not on their side, or is that not actually... I don't know, is that not like a thing? Is that not what's happening right now? I wouldn't know. Anyway, I guess we'll just summon these guys, and I guess we'll get the Crusaders as well, because let's face it, summoning these fellows is probably going to be really, really useful, considering they're mounted. That's the reason why I've primarily kept them equipped. I would probably be... maybe re-equipping the Frost Atronach. I feel like that might be more impactful when we get into an actual dungeon. Obviously, we can tell them to dismount. Oh, that's obviously a thing. You know, in a previous episode, I definitely could have done that. However, I'm a bit lazy, you know? I'm a bit lazy when it comes to that kind of thing, you know? Because I have to go through this annoying menu, and I can never remember where it is, the dismount button. Ah, there it is. Okay, I found it in literally 2 seconds. Okay. Yeah, there you go. You can tell how many times I've actually had to use the dismounting command. It's actually quite funny. The only time that I remember very vividly is when I was playing Prophecy of Pendor, and I was forcing the AI into a charge order, because basically as soon as you... well, actually no. Well, technically yes, because the strategy that I was using at the time was to dismount all of my cavalry in front of our archers, because then all of the horses would create a horse wall, and that would provide us with an increased amount of defense against the enemy's onslaught, which just so happened to be, at the time, very powerful cavalry. So yeah, that's part of the strategy, at least. Anyway, stitched into the zombie's decaying flesh, you find a letter. Some guy. It would be an honor to have you visit me in my domain at your convenience. I have a small matter that you are ideally suited for. As always, my servants will test your mettle. Feel free to dispense with them. They can always be raised again. Okay, so I'm probably not going to be taking this shield. I actually need to sell. hilariously enough. I actually need to sell. Okay, so let me have a look here. So, summon from the King of Worms. Yeah, so, yeah, he basically just says to us to go back there. That's obviously very much fine. I do not mind doing that. The question is, do I have enough space to go here? I have 4 spaces, which is not very much. Let's just say that. Okay, she has no helmet. I guess we're going to give her a helmet. Does she have 9 in strength? Yeah, she at least has 9 in strength, so we'll give her one thing. Does she have the ability to... yes, she does. Oh, okay. This is nice. Okay, and now she's looking real good, actually. Now she's looking really, really strong. So, I quite like that. The Necromancer Amulet is really nice. Maybe we want to use that instead of the Staff of Worms? The question is, what is it going to summon? I'm going to try it out, because I think it could be fun, right? I think it could be fun to try it. Okay, so there you go. She's now equipped. This guy is wearing some really, really good gear as well, as you can see right here. He's using an absolutely terrible weapon, though, so I wouldn't mind giving him something a little bit better. Oh, it seems like he does have 10 strength. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I didn't actually think he was. There's a vampire longsword here as well. That is slightly different stats than the Barrow Blade. A Daedric Greatsword. I could technically give him that if we wanted to, but no, I think we're just going to leave him the way he is. And what is Elenion using? She's using the Battle Mage robe, of course. She doesn't have any gauntlets, so we're going to give her some of those. There we go. And she's also using Lightning Bolt and large bag of Ice Spike. The question is, do we want to have her wield the Staff of Worms? Do we want to have her wield that? I think that sounds pretty good, actually. So let's do that. She's using large bag of ice spike. Conjure flesh Atronak as well. Yeah, I think that seems pretty good, actually. Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, I guess it's gonna be good, right? I guess it's gonna be good. I don't really want to give her the frost Atronak just in case something happens, but yeah, anyway, we'll level up my leadership skill. I do have another skill point here, not entirely sure what to spec it into. I guess we could go for a point in prisoner management in case we do actually start doing any kind of conquering, you know, conquering business. That may in fact be something to do, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really convinced about anything at the moment, but I guess we'll do it. Why not? Alright, let's move on and see what is happening at Lord Kavar's stronghold. There we go. Queen Akorithi's men have already put the fortress under siege and are awaiting your signal to attack. Lead the assault. So is this an actual siege that we get to do? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, okay. That is very unusual. Usually we don't get to do a siege for quite some time unless we're actually waging some kind of war against a particular faction. So this is going to be very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to summon some undead. Okay, I summoned some zombies. That is completely useless. That's the reason why I was a little bit dubious about using this particular item, because being able to summon some zombies, not exactly the most useful unit, are they? No, not very much. Okay, what else do we get here? Zombies, skeletal guardian, skeleton. Okay, yeah, very, very useless. Okay, what about another one? No, we're just summoning random undead, which are mostly zombies. That is actually kind of disappointing, to be honest. Okay, we'll do some damage here. We'll kill the mage. There we go. Get him out the way. Thank you very much. Lord Kavar, archers. They will be absolutely slaughtered. I mean, no offense, but I highly doubt anything can actually kill me at this point. Even if we take any damage, I do have greater heal. And the greater heal is absolutely insane. As we've seen, it literally heals us for full HP from pretty much anywhere, so, you know, it's amazing. We have 4 charges of that thing as well. Very, very powerful. And we can summon this, summon some of these Dremora. That seems pretty nice. And then we can cleave our way through the remaining units. I can't summon the battle map right now, so I have no idea how many units are left in this particular encounter, but I'm going to assume that we have a small handful, because while this is, I gotta say, I very much appreciate this map, by the way. I think this is super, super cool. I am a huge fan of sieges and various assaults that take place in areas where you can run through them. I think that that is wonderful, wonderful map design, because, let's face it, no one wants to do the standard. No one wants to do the standard thing that is present in native Warband, and in some cases native Bannerlord as well, because you are literally going to be in a situation where you're going to have a stalemate of two sides just attacking each other in a bottleneck, and it's just going to be that for about 5 minutes. Maybe even 10 minutes, maybe even longer than that, dependent on how many units are actually fighting at once. So, yeah, not exactly great if that was the case. But no, this mod does things very, very nicely. And generally, I feel like any mod that is going to be, you know, situated in Warband. Do we have to go through? Oh, we have to go through here. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, I like that. But yeah, generally any mod that is using Warband as a medium, I feel like should probably try to do a little bit of a different map for the sieges. I mean, obviously it's a lot of work, I guess. I don't really know. Is it a lot of work? I guess it is. But yeah, the fact is, it's just so much better. It feels so much more satisfying. There is a chest here. This accesses my inventory, which is not exactly useful. Did I even need to go in here? Is this really necessary? No, that the quest has not updated or anything. Okay, I'm a little bit confused right now. I'm not entirely sure, because I assumed that I needed to come in here. Maybe the door over here leads me somewhere? No, it does not. Okay, we are in a bit of a quandary now. Okay, so I led the assault. It's gone? Do I have to return to the queen now, or? I have no idea. I just pressed tab. Okay, that's kind of a weird thing. I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll go and see, right? I guess we'll go and see. I mean, she's only over here, so it's not going to take us that long to get back. And yeah, thankfully she's not one of those NPCs that runs around all over the place. Ah, there we go, there we go. Okay, fantastic, look at this. My queen, we have stormed the stronghold and brought back Lord Carve for punishment. Guards, take the treacherous lord to the dungeon. He will rot, awaiting his execution. I want to give anyone who harbors similar thoughts a warning. But you, some guy, have revealed yourself quite an ally to the crown of Sentinel. You have my most sincere gratitude for a task well done, and that of King Cameron, my husband. I think mere gold is not an adequate reward for your service. As such, I will bestow upon you the highest title by naming you an honorary Knight of the Candle, the royal protectors of the royal family of Sentinel. You have earned it, yes. You may go now. Aha! Okay, so thank you very much. And indeed, she has given us some armor. Southern Knight armor. Very, very nice, actually. Very, very nice. Obviously, if you think about it, in comparison to what we had before, or what we have right now, this is not super amazing, but just imagine that you do this a little bit earlier in your playthrough, or you haven't gone into the Deadlands or anything like that, because obviously going into the Deadlands gives you the Daedric armor, and it's just amazing. It is just so good. Anyway, we have an ancient crown right here, and I think I'm probably going to be equipping that on Elenion. That makes the most sense for her, because she is indeed a spellcaster. It makes no sense for her to be running around with a silver helm, even though it does give her, you know, more armor, and it's obviously much better for her to have more armor because she survives longer and, you know, all that wonderful stuff. But yeah, I'm actually going to be taking this back. I'm going to be using the masterwork of Bitter Mercy. I'm not a big fan of the random undead summoning. I was kind of hoping it would summon something a little bit more powerful, but if it just summons zombies all the time, I'm not a big fan. So we're just going to leave that the way it is. Anyway, there you go. So we did manage to do that, and we now have a summon from the King of Worms. The thing is, a couple of people have said if I'm going to do any of the, shall we say, good aligned quest lines, and the question is, I don't actually know what those are. That's the funny thing. I really do not know what those are, because as I say, I have not played Daggerfall, and I have not played this mod before, so all of that stuff is very much new and unknown to me, so I guess we could try going over to the Imperial Legion and seeing what we could do. Maybe we could do some of their quests. No idea whether that's even possible, but yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, we have not become anything else yet, but maybe we have. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it says here, I wish to recruit some of your men. Okay, so we can recruit some of these guys, and they are indeed going to cost me a little bit of cash, but yes, as I said to you before, I'm not a terribly big fan of taking these guys. I feel like it's not necessarily that impactful for us to do that. I feel like it's going to be more fun to have evil units on our in our party, you know, by our command and things like that. I think that's probably going to be more enjoyable. We could go to Fort Elderwald again. Maybe we want to go there. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go over there and just actually see what's happening. Maybe there's going to be something that we can do. Greetings, some guy. What can I do for you? Is there any task I can perform for the Legion? Yes, there is something you can help us with. My spies report that some Breton nobles are conspiring against the Empire. If I have to believe what I'm told, they are planning an uprising against our garrisons. Such a thing cannot be permitted. The rebels seem to act in the territory of Wayrest, where imperial authority is waning. I know not if King Edwire is involved, but it will be a disaster if Wayrest was to openly defy imperial rule. We must act quickly and efficiently, striking down the rebels and their supporters, and delivering a strong message to everyone, showing the Legion's strength despite the current turmoils, and thus dissuade any dissident to associate with the rebels. I understand. What do you want me to do? I want to know who is behind all of this. My spies are already at work and might have discovered something. I want you to contact my agent near the village of Menevia and help him however you can. It will be done. Most excellent. Meet my agent near... yes, thank you. Oh, that is very funny. Whenever quest text mentions a location specifically multiple times, I know that that is for my benefit, or people like me, because, let's face it, I am extremely forgetful when it comes to names in games like this, and if they tell me something like, oh, you must go near to this place, and you know, it's in the dialogue of what the NPC is talking about, and as soon as they say that, I go, what was it? You know what I mean? It's exactly like that. So as you can see, it does say in the quest as well, so that's very, very nice. So in Wayrest. Wayrest is over here as far as I'm aware, isn't it? Somewhere over here. Am I stupid? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try and figure it out. You must be my contact from Selenius Dulianus. I will be brief, for we don't have much time. I have learned some more, or shall we say some mercenaries are secretly gathering forces in the woods near Woodbourne Halls, not hills, but halls, and while I cannot say for certain these are the rebels you're looking for, their leader is a petty Breton lord who is known to have a quarry with the Empire. He might know something. The encampment is close to our main fort in the region, and all makes me think that they want to assault it. I suggest you warn the garrison. They might help in your assault. That is all I had for you, some guy. Good luck, and long live the Empire. Yes, I will go and find Darth Vader right now. I don't know why that made me think of that. Anyway, let me see. Where do we need to go? Where do we need to go? What did he just say? Well, it looks like I remembered, eh? Yes, I actually remembered. Can you imagine? Can you actually imagine me remembering where something was? That's crazy. Anyway, sorry, sir, but if you came looking here for mercenaries, I'm afraid my men are all hired. I suggest you come back quickly from whence you came. These woods are dangerous. I know who you are. You're traitors to the Empire. Ah, so you are one of the Imperial dogs who made a mistake coming here. Down with the Empire, down with tyranny. Alright, so let's do that. Let's 63 versus 85. A pretty significant amount of people here. We're gonna have a slightly maybe a slightly difficult time. I'm actually not entirely sure. Let's just get our people to come up here. And I'm kind of wondering, we've got 32 archers. How do I have 32 archers? That's the question. I didn't actually think that I was leveling up any archers, to be honest, but apparently I am. So I guess that's going to be somewhat useful, especially considering they do seem to be sending their cavalry in. Yeah, this guy is going to try to murder me. Yeah, well, that didn't really work out too well, did it, sir? Oh, well, never mind for him. I was trying to get a nice thrust on that, but obviously polearms generally do a much better job of stopping enemies in their tracks. And you know what we're going to do right now? I'm going to just send this over there. Go on, little Mr. Frost Atronak. Yeah, you're probably going to do an absolutely amazing job. Going to tell everyone to charge in right now, and we are just going to charge straight at the opponent. As you can see, our Frost Atronak is already getting kills, which is exactly what he should be getting. He's dead. Oh, never mind. Okay. I was actually kind of hoping he wouldn't die that easily, but yes. Oh well, never mind. Okay, I did summon my Dremoras as well, so they're obviously going to be doing a great job. These guys are just mercenaries, so we shouldn't really have too much to worry about. Our forces are so much better than they are, or at least they should be. And, well... hopefully the amount of spells that are currently flying all over the place here are probably going to make a big difference to our chances of success. We are roasting them. We are roasting them alive. Yes, it is about time. They will rue the day that they decided to cross us. And or walk over us, or walk beside us, or behind us, or in front, or any of those things. Because it doesn't matter what they do. We will murder them nevertheless. And, yes, that seems to be the case at least, because they're traitors, aren't they? They're traitors to the throne of wherever we're fighting for. Yes, the Imperials. The Imperial Legions or something. Anyway, that is indeed a victory. Wow, a very significant one, and we only lost our Frost Atronak, which I have to admit, that's free. That's a free victory right there. And, yeah, gotta say, I actually like this setup a lot more. I don't even need to really heal myself, so technically I could replace the greater heal if I want to. But from my perspective, I always feel like I really need to just have a little bit of insurance. I beg your mercy, some guy. Let me go, and I will tell you whatever you need to know. Tell me who is behind all of this, and swear to never take up arms against the Empire. Against the Empire, and I will let you go. Oh, divines bless you. Our leader is a Wayrestian noble named Lord... I'm not entirely sure if I can say that. That is all I know, I swear. Okay, so we're gonna just take the Robber Knight right there. Okay, so, how are we gonna find this guy? That's the question. He didn't tell us where to find him. So that's kind of... that's kind of weird. I'm going to assume that I got to go back to the Imperial... Ooh, Declaration of War. It's been a while since that we've seen any Declaration of War. I got to say that, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Generally, any war whatsoever is going to be really fun to see. And no, the Imperial spy has left. So I assume the best course of action for me is to go back to Fort Elderwald. And we're now back with Selenius. I found out the traitor's name, Lord of Wayrest. Well done, some guy. Now that we know who our enemy is, we can act. Take this armor as a reward for your services and report to me once you're ready, for I have another assignment for you. Okay, I gotta say, this mod is so incredibly generous when it comes to the amount of goodies that it gives you, and I gotta say I actually really appreciate that, because there are many times in in the past where I've played a mod and I've done a quest and the quest gives me not really much. It tells a story, which is obviously very fun, and being able to see that is great and experience it and all that stuff. That's always enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, right? That's always enjoyable. However, it doesn't really give you anything substantial. It doesn't really give you any kind of material, any kind of equipment, and so on. Whereas this mod really gives you a lot of stuff. which I have to admit is very, very nice. The only thing I'm missing is renown. That is literally the only thing I'm missing right now. I would like to see slightly higher rewards for the quests of renown. You know, just renown increases would be really, really nice for that. But obviously that's just me. That's my own personal preference right here. Because as you can see, me completing this quest, it got me 5 renown. For me personally, I don't know whether... I don't know whether that's going to make... or should we say, maybe even break the balance of the mod. And I don't want to suggest anything that is going to be super, super overpowered or anything like that, but for me personally, I feel like 25 renown or even 50 renown in this case would be, in my opinion, acceptable as a quest reward. Not every single quest, of course, not every single quest, but just the ones that have these big fights, you know, because obviously you did go into a big fight. We got 11 renown for the big fight, right? 11 renown for the big fight, and then you get another 25 or something like that from the quest completion. I think that's really, really nice, because you can see here that my party size is still only 70. And the only way that I can level up this party size is either through leadership, which we have 4 in, and otherwise it's renown. And so that's the reason why we're going to need to do something to gain us renown. Otherwise, we're just going to have to start making war against some particular faction. And I have no idea where to actually start that. There are just so many cool places to see in this mod. It's actually crazy. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.